Hey guys. Okay, so I'm gonna introduce myself this time. I'm Addie, or Adeline. Actually, I'm Adeline, but Addie works too. So for this video, I'm going to show you the process of making two hats. One is for this guy named Christian, and one is for this girl named Vanessa. And the way I'm gonna show you the process of making these hats is I'm going to use this thing, which is like a head strap. So I'm going to connect the camera to here, and then I can wear it on my head, and so you guys can see the angle, like a really similar angle to the way that I see the hat that I'm working on. And I'm gonna explain different techniques as they come up, and for the parts where I'm not explaining anything, I'm gonna do time stops, so like every 30 seconds you'll take like a picture or something, and so then you'll just get like a quick like scan of like the process of making the hat. Okay, so the first thing I always do when working on a custom order is print out some references. So, Christian wanted this Herbie Hancock album. Well, this guy who's on it, he wants it on the front of his hat with these like keys. I don't know if you can see, but there's like a keyboard, so he wants that on the brim. And he also wanted like some nebula stuff, so these are all for Christian's hat. And for Vanessa's hat, she told me that she's a Pisces, and so I found a picture of a fish, and I just really like the way the fish looks, so I'm not going to copy it like exactly. I'm going to kind of like change it a little bit and make it my own. Oh, she also told me that she likes like all shades of blue and aqua, so I'm gonna try to put as many as I can. Like, yeah, I'm not sure like how many shades of blue actually there are, but I'm gonna try to get them all. And so yeah, here we go. Okay guys, so hope the view is good. Okay, so I'm going to start with Christian's hat, and also while I make his hat, I'm going to listen to this album because I think that's a good idea, and get me in the proper mood. And, okay, so, here we go. First, I want to put this guy on there with the keys on the brim. So what I'm gonna do, because we're working with a black hat right here, and colors don't really show up that good if you just like apply one coat. So first what I do when I paint on a white hat or a black hat is put white down. And so first I'm going to paint this brim white, and then I'm going to make like the shape of this guy in white. So he's going to be right here. So first I'm going to paint the brim because that's like the more easy, fast part. And then when I start on this guy, I will get back to you. But here we go. Okay guys, so now we got the white first layer down. We're gonna have to put another one of those down after it dries, probably in like 10 or something like that minutes. I'm really bad at estimating time, so yeah, but in the meantime, we're gonna draw this guy right here. And the way I'm gonna do this is, okay, so I'm gonna try to explain this the best way I can. But okay, so looking at this guy, first I just pick out the shapes that stand out the most to me. So here we have a circle, and this is like kind of a little like rectangle shape. And then just like these two arms, and then this weird thing on the top. So I'm gonna try to center that with the hat. So if you're looking at the hat, we have like this line is like a reference, and also these two circles, and the brim too, because this is gonna be the keyboard. So if you're looking at this, and also like, well, we're gonna stretch out the keyboard a little bit, so it's not gonna look exactly like that, but yeah. So okay, so this circle I'm picturing will probably be like right here, and then his body will like come down this way, and his arms. I guess I'm just gonna have to show you, but I'm gonna draw these shapes like all kind of separately, but like I'm gonna look at how each shape relates to the other shape. So like the circle and the two arms are like the two arms are like kind of like if you were to draw a square in the circle, they would be like each corner, like almost. So it's kind of first step, like when trying to like copy a big picture like that. It's not that big. I mean, whatever. Any picture, I guess. Well, that's what I do. Okay, so here we go. Oh yeah, and also forgot to tell you, make sure you clean your brushes really good. Whoops. Sometimes I don't clean them really good, and that's not good, because then gotta get new brushes. Alright, here we go. Okay, so now that we did the first like outline thing, now I'm just gonna go over it again. I'm just gonna explain it first because it's kind of hard to paint and talk at the same time, but alright. So next we're just gonna we're just gonna go over this again with white so that it's more solid, like, you know, you can see like just doesn't look all white. So we're gonna do that, and for this part, like, it doesn't really, you see, it looks kind of messy right now, like, got a little up there, you know, the fingers, I think there's like 5 fingers here, and there's only 4 fingers right there, so that's all wrong, but it's okay, because we're gonna go over it, and make it more clear, and more exact, and that's because I'm not gonna stop until it looks like that, so, yeah. Alright, for another layer. Okay, so that's good for now. And we're just gonna let this dry over here and work on Vanessa's hat. And okay, so she wants a lot of blue, and since this is a white hat, gotta make sure it's the right size. And yeah, it is. Okay, so so I'm gonna paint this thing like a tie-dye, like bluish, like a variation of different blues. Okay, so for this, actually, I need a cup of water, so I'm gonna go get one, and if you are gonna do the same thing, you should probably go get a cup of water too, and this can get a little messy. Okay, so here's the brush. Just want to make sure that's recording. Okay, yeah, so here's the brush that we're gonna use, and I'm gonna use this because it's like a little crusty, so it's not like that great of a brush anymore, but it is good for this technique, so that's why it's okay that it's a little crusty. So yeah, first we're gonna get some white and kind of get a lot because we're gonna get this brush dirty, and I don't really want to get more white again, but I'll probably have to because I usually always do. Alright, so yeah, one more pile of white. Okay, so now I'm gonna mix this like a little gradually because I want to get a variation of blues, so there'll be like a really light blue side and also a darker blue. So yeah, see, now we got like a dark blue, medium blue, and a lighter blue. Okay. Mixing colors kind of takes a little bit of time because you gotta make sure you get a lot of good colors. Alright, so then we just kind of wipe that off on the side there. Yeah, okay. So now we're gonna do this blue. Wait. It's kind of didn't do that too smart because I put the piles a little farther away from each other, but it's okay. Okay, so there we go. Now for the aqua slash turquoise slash some other kind of bluish green. We're gonna use this. I'm pretty sure the blues always confuse me, but we're gonna test it out. So I think that, and I may have used too much, but I don't know. Okay, so we're just gonna put that in the white. Then let's see how this goes, because this color kind of confuses me a lot. But alright, so now I'm gonna get the yellow. Just put a pile of these things over here. Ah, nice. So here's the yellow. And you see how it's getting a little turquoise-like-ish? Just a little yellow in there. I'm gonna put some more in there. Yup. This stuff is like a little thin, so it takes like a lot more paint, but still awesome. Okay, now, like, I don't know if this is that turquoisey or aqua-y yet, but I'm gonna add some white to it so that, just to see. Okay, so I usually just wipe that on my sheet, because I don't really, that's what it's for. We're gonna use the cup of water in a second. Okay. Oops, yeah, that's not all the way clean, see? We're gonna be putting it in the white again, so we want it to be like pretty clean. Probably not gonna get too crazy about it, but yeah, that works. Okay, so a pile of white right here. And just mix it in like a little bit of at a time, because since this color is so, like, not dark, but in a way it's kind of dark, but it's not really dark, it's just more of a color, because white's not really a color, so when you mix this into the white, it changes the white a lot, so you just need a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to add some more yellow to the lighter pile. Oh, yeah, I like that color. Alrighty. It's not really like turquoisey, but we're gonna fix that throughout painting the hat. But this is good for now. Okay, so now that we got all our colors, we're gonna start painting. Okay, so this technique, I don't know what it's called, but we're just gonna call it the the water spreading technique. So yeah, this is why you need your cup. Okay, first we're gonna paint the brim. I like to paint the brim first. I don't know why. I just like it. Okay, so I'm not like planning out these colors, but I'm just gonna place them next to colors that like fade into each other. So I'm gonna put like this down first, down here, and okay, here's where the technique comes in, the water spreading technique. So you dab it in some water, and then you just kind of like stretch the paint in a way with the water, and it gives it kind of a tie-dye technique, or a tie-dye effect. And okay, so I'm gonna get some more paint on there, because you see it's getting pretty light, or less saturated, I'm pretty sure is the term. Or more saturated with water, I don't know. Okay, so yeah, so we're gonna do this water spreading technique all over the hat. And so now I'm gonna choose, like, fade into this lighter color. I don't think I'm using the proper terminology, but it's okay, because it's not too official. Okay, so water spreading in progress. Okay, so now I'm gonna just pick a different blue, which I want to pick this one, and put it right here. So we'll first put like a lot down, and then take the water and just keep adding water until it's like, until it like fades into the other colors in the way that you want it. You know, there's no right way to do it. You can just pretty much do however you want to do it. And then, since I don't really like the way that cuts off right there, I'm gonna get some more of that color and bring it like that. And okay, here we go for the time step. Yeah. Okay, guys. Okay, I was just checking to see if that, alright, whatever. Alright, so we finished this, and now it's gonna dry for a little bit, and I'm gonna work on the other one. Okay, so this is dry. I actually, while I was charging the battery for the camera, I used a blow dryer on it, so that works pretty good. As long as you don't blow any fuses. Okay, so now for this, next thing we're gonna do is paint it yellow, because we're gonna use two main colors on the keyboard and this dude, and they're gonna be yellow and that orangish, like pinkish color. But first we're gonna put the yellow down because it is like a lighter color. And technically it's not really lighter. In my words, it just like weighs less. That doesn't really make any sense, but like, I would say yellow is the lightest color in terms of weight when looking at a painting. If paints had weight. Okay. Anyway, so we're gonna put yellow first, right? And we're just gonna paint the whole thing, all these dudes, everything yellow. Okay, guys, so the yellow is done, and now it's just gotta dry, so in the meantime, the next thing we're gonna do is, okay, so he wants this guy on the front, and then he wants like space, like round, so I'm going to I'm gonna use this color, this purplish, well, I'm just gonna mix some white with this ultramarine blue, because actually, no, because that's pretty similar, so we can start with that. Yeah. But yeah, all that is ultramarine blue with white in it. Okay, so yeah, so I'm gonna put this purple, ultramarine-ish purple color, and I'm gonna fill in this like background space, because this I want to make turn into the outer space, like these nebula things. So I'm gonna try to make the purple like fade back. Okay, and also since this already has like some white in it and the blue's pretty like a heavy color, we're not gonna put a layer of white down first, because we'll probably just put 2 layers of this. So kinda wanna put something else in that color. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna see what adding some of this pink does, because I feel like that color's like a little purpley. Okay, yeah, I think that's good. I love that pink. Alright, so here we go. Time stop time. Okay, you guys, so now, it's a new day. But, so, okay, so we did this blue here, and you see the edges, I hope you can see, I mean, right now they look like this, they're not gonna look like that in the end, but, I will show you how to, make them how they're gonna look like in the end pretty soon. Alright, so for the rest of this video we're gonna focus on this hat, Christians, because I think it would just be a good idea. And then the next video I'm gonna work on Vanessa's and someone else's hat, and we'll just keep going like that or something. Alright, so next thing, try to change the lighting around because I think it was a little bad in that other video, but I don't know. I think it's, hope you can see. But okay, so we got these nebula references. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're going to, well, we're gonna use what I call, actually I didn't name this one. I learned this technique from this one substitute teacher in high school that he was a substitute for this teacher, and I kind of forget both of their names. I actually do forget them, and I don't want to say the wrong one because I don't know if it is the right one, but I think the teacher he was subbing for, maybe his name was Mr. something that started with an M. Okay, so anyway, okay, so the technique is called dry brushing, and this is actually, like, if I had to pick a favorite technique, this would be it. I use it all the time, and one of the really good things about it is that you can use brushes that aren't like, okay, so see this brush here? That's like a pretty good brush, like still intact, got the angle on it, and it's like pretty not out of control. Okay, so we're gonna take a look at a different brush, which I'd use this technique with. For example, this one. See? This one's like really, just like you can't really, I mean you can, it just takes a lot of time, but it would be really hard to get like a straight line with this brush because, hope you can see it, because it's like that. And see, that one you can get a good straight line with. So, pick out your worst brush. And that's why I always save all my bad brushes, just probably use them for something like this. But there does get a point where it gets like a little crazy, so you just gotta like get a new brush. I don't know. So, okay, so we're painting space now. I paint space a lot. I really like it. And pretty much think I know how to do it. So, I'm gonna teach you now. So, since this is a white hat, actually pretty much all the time painting space, I start with white because you put the background down first, which is black, and since this hat is already black, we're just gonna start by making these like weird clouds, space clouds. So yeah, I'm gonna use this brush. Actually, no, I'm gonna use a bigger one. But yeah. Oh. Okay, hold on. See, I gotta go to my brush stash. Oh, it's right here. Yes, see, this is a good one. It's like pretty bad. Alright, so now we're gonna take the white. And since I'm only gonna use white right now, we're just gonna dip it right into here, so because it won't get dirty. And I'm also gonna put it on time stop and put the music on. Herbie Hancock. Headhunters album. Alright, here we go. Oh wait, I didn't explain what I'm gonna do. Okay, whoops. Alright, so to get the space clouds. Okay, so your placement of the space clouds, it really depends on like what you like, how you like to balance the hat, or I'm going to try to teach more about balance and other things that have to do with the composition of the painting, which is like the way the painting like looks. But I'm going to explain that later, but right now we're just going to go over this technique. So, okay, so here we have a space cloud, and I'm gonna just hold this picture right here so you can see the space cloud while I paint it, because I kind of like, after painting like so many space clouds, like kind of you can learn, and then you don't have to look at the sheet anymore. But I just wanted a reference of exactly which space clouds he wanted me to paint, so I can make them look like the colors and stuff similar. Okay, so just gonna first I'm gonna get like a blob. I'm gonna call it a blob. So first I'm gonna get like a blob of paint, just like thickly applied, not like thickly, but just like evenly maybe, I don't know. So okay, here's the first space blob, and we're gonna make it fade into this purple. So see, like the purple here happens to be like similar purple to the space cloud purple, so this is just gonna fade into a space cloud. So we're gonna fix this, like the white. Since right now this is just the base, so it's gonna be white. We're gonna change all the colors later. Okay, so first we're gonna get our blob down. Everyone get your blob. Okay, so I would say that's a good sized blob. Alright, so now we're gonna need a smaller dry brushing brush, because that was just for the blob, so it's like a little bigger because of more space. So I'm not gonna wash out my brush right now because I don't want to take too much time on the video, you know, trying to make it as short as possible. So now, we got the smaller, actually, yeah, I'm just gonna use this one. So we got the smaller brush, and so I actually like use my hand sometimes as a palette. I'm not going to recommend you do that because I don't know if it causes like any kind of cancer or anything like that. But so for all those scientists out there, it's water-based paint. I don't know. You just look into that, get back to me. That'd be sweet. Alright, well anyway. Okay, so dry brushing, here we go. So what you're gonna do is like, it's gonna be a way of spreading out the paint. Spreading out the paint. Let's see. Okay, spreading out the paint by like smearing it around until there's like no more paint left on the brush. I think that's how I would describe it. So, I hope you got a good angle, but, okay, so see how it's like really saturated on this cloud and then it kind of fades. So, we're gonna, like, you gotta kind of like smoosh the brush on there, that's why it gets a little messed up. And then, you gotta control the lightness, or the the pressure that you put on the brush. So first when there's like a big, like, so we got this big blob right here, you can apply a lot of pressure and then gradually like take the pressure off as you spread out the paint more. See, and it really, like, it takes a lot of practice. You gotta experiment with it a little bit. I would say, just like test it out, because you can't really get a feel for the paint if you don't like try it a bunch of times. And just sorry, not trying to cough on stuff, but okay, so here we go, space clouds. So yeah, just I don't know, yeah, just kind of like, I'm gonna bring out all the edges until all the edges like kind of fade like nicely. And you can do this by just smearing your brush on it. And another thing I want to say is I hold my brush really weird, as you can see. Like, I don't know, apparently, like, I don't know any people who hold their brush like this, but I would say, Jesus. Okay, I would say to hold your brush however you feel you're comfortable and have the most control. This is like how I have the most control, but for you it would be different because we're different. Alright, so, or maybe it would be the same, I don't know. So I'm just going to show you the rest of this space cloud, and then I'm going to do the time stop. So, yeah. Just want it to be smooth and like transition nicely from the fabric to where there is paint. Okay. See, like this line right here, I don't like that. You don't see any, well, I guess you kind of do, like right there, it's like a line, but yeah, so I guess there is like a line there, so just kind of bolden that. See, okay, so now we're gonna like do this, like here, kind of replicate that, we'll just extend this part of the cloud up, and then, see, I'm not getting like too much paint on my brush because we just like fade it like this and bring it up over here too. Okay, so yeah, we got a good fade going there. And this won't be there later because we're going to go over this with other colors, so don't worry about that. And like, space clouds are pretty like, you know, they're not too exact in any way. Like, I'm sure there's like maybe like an infinite number of space clouds out there, so it's probably all kinds, so they don't all look the same. So pretty much whatever your space cloud looks like is all right. So yeah, bring out this end of it. See, I don't like this. I don't like how it looks like. So we're gonna kind of extend it a little bit. Here we go. And I usually put the hat over my knee like this so I can, it like hits my knee so it doesn't move anywhere. And it's perfect because it's round. I could like turn it around like that. Okay, so space cloud's almost done. Alrighty. Now, okay, I would say that looks pretty good for now. And also, we're gonna make, just like we did with the brim, we're gonna have to go over this white with another layer of white, because then when you paint a color on there, it shows up better. So, yeah, here we go with the space clouds. Okay guys, so we did that. Now we're going to paint these a second layer of white so that it's more smooth and even, and I don't even know if you're seeing this. I think so. So yeah, we're gonna go over it with a layer of white. All right, so let's do it. Okay guys, so we did another layer of white. Now, while that's drying, we are going to work on the keyboard. So, the first thing that I'm gonna do, hold on. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is, so this, see this keyboard right here? I think you can. So we're just gonna work, this whole thing is gonna be on the brim. So see the two corners? Those are orange, so we're gonna do those next. Well, orangish, pinkish. So we're just gonna look at the shape of them, and they're kind of like, would kind of just be like a straight line on the corners of the brim. And to get this orange, I'm gonna use these two, and just gonna do this, and also this. I'm not sure if this is gonna like be the right color. Since these paints are kind of thin, we'll probably have to put some more layers. Guess you do a lot of layers in painting. Alright, so here we go. Oh wait, first I'm gonna mix this to see. This one that we just mixed is brighter than this one, but I'm gonna say that's okay. So here we go. Okay, so we did that. It's pretty fast. So now we have to wait for that to dry, and also these white parts are still drying, so the next part of the hat we can work on is this part. So we're just gonna paint it a layer of white, and then I think I want it to be like this orange color, so we'll do that later. But yeah, time stop time. Alright, here we go. Okay guys, so we did that. We're gonna have to put another layer on that one too, but we'll do that later. Okay, so now since this is all still drying a little bit, we're gonna put the keys on there. So they're just right there, like, and the way I'm gonna do this is, okay, so I'm looking at his body, like his torso part, and I see that there is a group of 3 keys in the middle, and then two groups of two groups of 2 keys, like on either side, you know, like a keyboard. And then there's just 1 key on like where his torso meets the keyboard. So first I'm going to do that, and then for the rest of the keys I'm just gonna kind of go with the flow on it, and like kind of make them, since we distorted the keyboard like a lot, we just get like gonna kind of make them like smaller probably, or like, I'm not really sure, but like you can't really tell until you start putting it down, because like every single mark pretty much changes the whole view of it. So but I'm going to teach more about that in like later lessons. So for right now I'm just going to show you what I do. So here we go. Okay guys, so the keyboard part is, well, it's not done. Okay, you might not think it looks like a keyboard now, but in the end it will, so that's good. Alright, so next we're gonna work on the space clouds, because these are dry now. Perfect timing. Okay, so first we're gonna get all the colors ready for the space clouds. So okay, so here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 space clouds. Okay, so these two space clouds right here, the majority, or the most used color here is orange. And this one, I would say this blue, purple / violet, which is going to be like this color right here. So those are going to be the bases of the space clouds. So we're just going to mix those two main colors. And yeah, I think maybe we'll put a green one actually. So yeah, I think this one will be kind of turquoisey, so we can use the color that we did yesterday. And that's going to be like here, see, that's like, alright, so I guess, yeah, now we still only need to mix two colors. So we're going to get that ultramarine blue out and just put it right here. Oops. It's okay that that's not dry because it's just some blue. Whoops, I used too much. Okay. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna use this brush. Just get some white over next to that. And then we're gonna mix the orange on this palette because it's right there. So we're gonna put some yellow in that. And I get some white too. Actually, now I think a little bit of this orange. I love this orange. Just gonna put it off to the side a little bit so then we can get like two colors. Okay, I like that color. Alright, so now, these two clouds are going to be with a purple base because we want it to fade with this bluish purple also. I don't know if it's blue or purple. And then this one, actually, I think this one right here should be orange. So, teach you more about color placement later. And then this one is going to be that turquoise-ish one. Okay, so here we go. Okay guys, so we did that, and I forgot to show you how to mix the paint before, but I'm going to teach you some more about that in later videos. I mostly just wanted to teach you the dry brushing technique and the other techniques, but can't learn them all in one video because otherwise this video would be like many hours long. Okay, so next up we're going to paint another layer of white right here. To get it smooth and even. Alright, so doing it. Okay guys, so we did that. Smooth the layer. Alright, so now this is all wet, so we can't work on that now, and that's wet too. So we're gonna work some more on the keyboard. And okay, so I need a really small brush for this. I'm going to make those little lines like where the white keys are. And I'm also gonna put like the rest of the details that are black. So like see that little corner thing? I don't know what that is. I'm gonna put that there. And also, because we're gonna use a really small brush, I'm gonna touch up these keys by using the thickening technique, which my friend Franchi, I think he came up with that name, but it's where you just make it a little thicker to make the line straighter. Works pretty good. So yeah, we're just going to touch up the black and then do the lines for the white keys and then the little details that are in black on the sides. And also I've decided that because this keyboard is looking a little weird right now, I'm going to try to make his hands like really big. So they're going to be like disproportionate, I think that's the word, to the body. So yeah, gonna just work on the keys right now though. So here we go. Okay guys, so we did that part. Now, next, since I don't like the way these hands look, I'm going to go over them with this purple blue color and then repaint them bigger. So yeah, here we go. Okay guys, so we did that. Now, the next thing I want to do is I just want to finish this keyboard completely. So what we're going to do is, okay, if you look at these keys, they have like little light reflections on them. The middle ones don't have any, but they do. So since they're black, I'm going to put like a layer of white, just like a line on each key that has one. And then I'm also going to put a layer of white. Actually, no more layers of white. So that'll be it. So I'm going to do that right now. Okay guys, so now we did that. Next thing, to finish the brim, so I'm going to put this yellow, see that little yellow, I think you can see, that yellow half square right there, and also there. Put those two small details in. I could just do that right now while you're watching because it will only take 2 seconds. Oh snap. Actually, I'm going to time stop it. Okay, so what I'm going to do this time, first I'm going to paint like this little area in yellow, and then that little square thing right there. And then I'm going to go over these white marks for the light reflection on the keys. I'm gonna go over these ones with like orange, and as they get closer to the center, I'm gonna make them yellow because that's how it is in the picture. And that'll be the same for this side. Okay, so here we go. Okay guys, so finished that part. Now, I'm gonna clean up these lines later because I'm just gonna go over it with like a small black brush. See, like some places it got a little messy, but I can always fix that. Really hope you're getting a good angle. Okay, so next thing we're gonna do is this part. So I was thinking of making the bottom part orange, this color, but I think it should be a little darker because then it would be like really, really bright and like, I don't know, but I think it'll still be like orange. We're just gonna make it right now. And I'm gonna make some black, like take a little bit of black and put it next to the orange, and then now it'll be like a lighter, darker shade of orange. And I think that would be good. Get like a little variation so that like fades. I'm all about the fading. So yeah, I'll probably start down here with like the darker color and then work my way up to like the brightest orange at the top. So here we go. Okay guys, so now that we finished that, we're gonna take a break from the brim and work on this this part. And so yeah, space cloud time. Okay, so first things first, gotta look at the picture. Alright, so okay, the way I do this, it's gonna get a little messy because I'm not waiting for that to dry, but it's okay. Okay, so the way I do this is, okay, so see here, okay, yeah, it's like blue, like a dark blue, well, just like a real blue, all like on the outside of the cloud, and then as it goes in, like as you get towards the center of the cloud, it goes from blue, purple, and then pink, and then there's like some red in there and a little bit of orange, but then there's just like white in the middle. So we're pretty much gonna do the same thing the cloud does. We're gonna put down a layer of that light purple, and then we're gonna do a layer of pink and a layer of like reddish, maybe like a tad bit of red and like some white in there. Okay, so first purple. So yeah, we can just use the same purple or purplish blue thing that we're using over there, and then we're gonna add some of this pink. My favorite purple, it's kind of hard to get a good purple. Well, not really, but just like a purple that's like really purple, like purple stuff in here, like that's got some purples. No. Okay, anyway. Oh, see, there's a scarf over there. That's like pretty bright purple. That's a good one. Yeah, we're gonna try to go for like brighter purple like that. So, I'm gonna use a different brush. This one. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna mix this. since there's some white in there already, it's like a little light. Whoops. Gotta add some more pink. Now, just gonna mix a little bit of blue in there, or purple. It's getting confusing now. Alright. So, we're gonna put this color down, like so. Just gonna start lightly, kind of probably wipe some paint off there because you really don't need that much. Even though I pour a lot, that's why I save my palettes. Okay. So just kind of go around the outside. Don't need to really fill in the whole cloud, actually, with this purple. But I'm just really looking at this, like, where do I see purple? Okay, so like right there, see, so we got like some blue, and now we're adding purple. And once again, it doesn't have to be like too accurate because space clouds come in many forms. Okay, and then like over here there's, I mean, that's like a little purple, so we'll put that like, we're using like slightly dry brush technique. We're not like smashing the brush on there, but I mean, I like painting like this. Okay, so now go on the top part. See, we're gonna do this line of purple now. We're gonna change it a little bit just to like go with the hat, not like, because we have to connect these two pictures together, so gotta change it a little bit. And so there you got your first layer. And we're gonna do basically that same thing with the rest of the clouds. I'm just gonna explain them all and then do the time stop, because otherwise this video is gonna be like very, very long. Okay, so alright, so then I'm gonna do the first layer on these clouds. Actually, I'm supposed to do that. I'm gonna do that purple right on this blue too. Okay, so for the orange cloud, I'm gonna use maybe like some darker, like I'm gonna use like a little bit of these colors that we use for the bottom of the brim because it's a little darker, and then also like use some yellow highlights. So this like light part in here will be like yellowish. So I'm gonna do first a layer of the darker stuff, and then I'll go in with the white-ish yellow. And then for this green one, probably just gonna, okay, so maybe put like a little bit of a, actually, yeah, like some light, like light turquoise. So I'll add like a lot of white to that turquoise over there, which is just like the blue, the pythol whatever blue, and then a little bit of this yellow, and then some white. Actually, a little bit of blue and a little bit of yellow. gotta feel it out kind of. But, okay, so, yeah, I'm gonna do some variations of that turquoise, and then also a little bit of blue on this side, and maybe like a little purple over here, so. Okay, I'm gonna time stop it. Okay, guys, so I did the space a little bit, and now next thing is, okay, so I want to do something. Hold on, sorry. Okay, I want to do something with his hands, like, I want to make them, like, bigger, I think. And so, really, like, I'm just gonna try to copy the shapes of his hands. And, well, this just takes a lot of practice, and, I think it's, like, a lot about seeing, like, looking looking at like what his hand actually looks like. Like, I don't know, if this was the only thing you saw, or okay, so, okay, what I'm trying to say is, you never really know what the hand looks like. I mean, you really have to look at what you're trying to paint. Like, even if you think you know what a hand looks like, you really don't, because this, to me, it looks like more not like a hand. Like, if you're just looking at that, it kind of looks like some kind of weird animal. But, yeah, so, that will just come with practice. But I think through these videos and through practice, like, keep doing it, you will learn. So yeah, here we go with stop time, doing the hands. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna do them in yellow, so I'm gonna get the same yellow right here. Even though the hands are like orange, I'm gonna do the yellow first because there's still some yellow. I'll do the orange next. Okay, so here we go. Okay guys, so we did the hands, and now we're gonna okay, so we're gonna do this orange pink color, which will be like similar to this orange except for with some pink in it. And for this, okay, first I'm gonna do is using the dry brushing technique. Just get like a little bit of paint on the brush, like tiny bit, and I'm gonna make like, okay, so see the circle for the guideline. I'm gonna like spread the paint over here, but like, you know, do the dry brushing thing where you smush the brush a little bit and spread the paint out so that it looks like that. And I'm not gonna worry about the square. I'm just gonna shade the whole thing, or the whole half. And then I'm going to really just, I'm gonna look at it and try my best to place all the pink in the right spot. And this, once again, just takes practice. So yeah, here we go. Okay guys, so we did that. Now, okay, so kind of like didn't do it all like in great detail because I decided that I'm going to take yellow next, and well, yellow I'll do that last, but I'll just retouch up some of those like messy areas. Okay, so now I'm gonna take or do this weird dark brown like shadowy thing. Yeah, and that is like the same color as this, so I'm gonna use a smaller brush than that one. Probably this one will be good. Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna do like, there's like really small like outlines that, and like shadows that I'm gonna do with that dark brown. Also, I'm gonna do this line that's like around the circle. It's like, so you can see it up there more. And then I'm probably gonna do those 3 dots too, and that weird line right there. And then, oh no, I'm also gonna do, there's like a little, probably like outline the whole thing with like a thin line, and also I'm gonna draw 2 circles for the eyes because the base layer is like brown, I would say. Okay, so here we go, time stop. Okay guys, so we did that. Got pretty much all the orange and blackish brownish done in here. So right now we only have a couple more things left to do. So first we're gonna finish the outer space. Okay, so all we gotta do now is look for the most extreme shades of color, or non-shades, I don't know. So that would be this like pinkish red color and that like little bit of yellow, and then also like some white and that brown. So we're gonna add them in. See, this pink is like right next to the white, so we'll probably put it like right there, and the yellow is like on the end of it, and then I'll put some brown-ish over here. Okay, so we're gonna do that. And then for this orange cloud, we're gonna put some yellow and some white. And the yellow's gonna like go in through here, and the white is gonna go like right under it. Oh yeah, and we're also gonna add black too. Like, see, there's some really like sharp like black areas. We're gonna go in and do that. And for the green, probably just gonna add some white and maybe like some type of extreme green. Okay, we will see. Okay, here we go. Okay guys, so we did the space. So now all we need to do in space is make the stars. And since there's not really like, I guess there's like a lot of stars in this one, but I mean, we're not gonna make it too starry. We're just gonna put like a little hint of stars. So, yeah, the way you do this is get some white and the way I place stars is I just like kind of randomly put different like dots down that are all different sizes, and also they're not evenly spaced out from each other, but like sometimes, you know, in the sky there's like a cluster of stars, so I like to do the 3 dots randomly, do that a lot, and then one like a little off to the side, and then maybe put like a big one right here, and I'm gonna like just do slight stars, so they're gonna be like a little, not like the main focus of the hat, but so yeah, we're just gonna place these all around, and then we'll be almost done. Woohoo. Okay, so star placement. Yeah, that's looking pretty starry so far. So yeah, everyone go ahead and place some stars down. And I would say don't think too much about where you're gonna put your stars. Like if you spend too much time thinking about it, then it's gonna take way too much time. So I would just like, you know, just throw some stars on there. Okay, you guys, so now we got the stars on there. Now we just need to do a couple final touches. And so that's really the only places we really need final touches on is this guy. So oh, and that. I'm gonna put some orange on that so we don't get that weird blob. Okay, so we're only gonna need well, first we're gonna use yellow, and we're gonna do these yellow details in this guy, and I'm just gonna look at it and try to place it as accurately as possible using a small brush like this one that I did not clean. Okay, so yeah, get your skinny brush if you have one. And if you don't, well, it's still possible. So yeah, might take a little longer, but that's okay. Alright, so yeah, I'm going to use this yellow right here, and I'm going to start. Okay, you guys, we're really close to being done. So that is sweet. Just gonna fix this real quick. Okay, so now what we're gonna do next is one of the final steps. We're gonna put, okay, so yeah, we're gonna go over this orange like a little bit one more time, and then also add in that orange rectangle and the orange eyes. And yeah, and that'll be the next step. The next and final after this one. Okay, here we go. Okay guys, we're on the last step. So, this is the fun part. No, I'm just kidding. It's always fun. Alright, so now what we're gonna do is the little all the rest of the details that are black and small. So like the little smile and like those lines near his eye, and there's like that weird thing on top there that we're gonna put, and a little dot I see on the keyboard. Didn't see that before. And then, oh, probably, no, actually, maybe like a little outline to his nails, and also his hand. There's like a little line there. So, here we go, the final step. Okay guys, so I lied, and there's still one more thing that needs to happen, because well, so if you look at these two images, I hope you're getting a good view. There needs to be more yellow. This guy looks like he's got more like orange. So yeah, I'm gonna put some yellow. I guess well, I'm just gonna outline this part a little bit with some yellow, and then also the eyes. And see here, the yellow, like the orange only goes up to this high in the circle, and mine it goes like all the way up there. So bring that down. Also reinforce the yellow circle, and then we should be done. Pretty sure, but you never know. Okay, so here we go again. Okay guys, so we finished the hat. Okay, so yeah. So that was kind of a long video. I realized some of my goals now. Well, one of them is I'm going to try to make the videos as short as possible without without, I'm going to try to make them as short as possible without taking away from, like, being able to teach you guys. So I'm going to try to teach as much as I can in a short amount of time. So then you guys can get out there and paint stuff. Okay, so, yeah, I just want to go over some of the techniques we learned. We learned a little bit of water spreading, and dry brushing, which are two techniques that I use all the time. And also the thickening technique. And I think, yeah. So in the next videos, yeah, more hats. And one more thing we also learned. The sky is not the limit. Space is the limit. Okay, see you next time. Okay, I also forgot to tell you, so now we're gonna clean up so that tomorrow when I wake up in the morning, maybe you guys wake up in the morning, we'll have a fresh start, so then we can just start something new and it will be clean, so it'll be easy. Alright, cleanup time. Bye.